I'm just scratching my head. That's the first time I've ever lost funds that I know about or remember. Like, I remember one time I put some into like a little like scam that was like 100, $200. Who cares? Like, I knew it was probably going to go to zero, but I was like, oh, why not? And
Got hacked, bro?
I'm sorry.
Got hacked?
What do you mean heck? What about hex?
No, your funds. You got hacked or something like that?
No, I created a MetaMask because I was going to see um my insurance agent, and like he's been uh he knows that I've been in crypto for a long time, so I was just going to give him some freemium. Like you give somebody a little freemium, they start staking and they start getting into it. That's just my idea. And like I was going to go to my old place that I used to work in. I met a lady who was really nice, and she did a little bit of crypto, and I just wanted to give her a little freemium as well. And so I made a MetaMask in my phone to make a fresh new wallet. Um, and I didn't write down the 12 words, I know, but it was a hot wallet. And I was going through, I was able to use it, and then I copied the address. Like it was a working wallet. Everything was good. And then I made a MetaMask in my wallet. Like it was I lied. It wasn't $600. It was like $750. So that's the only thing that I was like incorrect about. And now I can't access the wallet. Like even though I can open up the wallet, it won't allow me to touch any of my funds.
Is it the MetaMask app on the phone or something like that?
Yeah, I double checked my search history to double check what I did. I thought I downloaded it from Google, but I didn't. I went strictly or right to MetaMask.io. I could double check that if I don't think I Google searched that one. I don't have my phone next to me, but like before we start going crazy about it, like I want to do some more digging on it and find out what's going on because I can put in my password. It then opens up my wallet, but then there's an explanation point that says, "Hey, you have funds in this wallet. You have to get your 12 words." Well, in MetaMask, if you go in and you want to look at your 12 words, you can, but you have to re-put in your password. I have tried it, I think probably 8 or 10 times, maybe more, I don't know, and it won't let me unlock it the second time.
Just on the top of my head, I think you have maybe two possibilities to, or maybe three, to retrieve the funds if the app is the legit one. If you can clone your phone, the data, and you can run that data on a PC with it's an emulator that emulates the Android operating system. So if you can emulate, if you can get all that data from the phone, then you could boot the phone data with everything on the PC, and then you can yeah, Chris Wood, then you can retrieve maybe your funds that way.
I have never used an emulator or anything like that. Here's my bigger concern. Like, obviously, like this is a hot wallet. Like, I knew that like I could lose like the money. Like, it's not like I'm crying about because I knew like there's a difference between hot and cold storage. And I was just like, oh, it's just one on my phone. Like I'm going to go up and give a few coins to the people I've known for so many years, coins anyway. And I'm going up there in 5 minutes, and once I get home, I'll write down the words. But it's just like, like, let's say the emulator works, all right, and then I can get my funds. It's still not great. How the fuck is a new person supposed to figure that shit out? I'm
And
5 years fucking, or 4 or 5 years deep into fucking crypto here, and like I'd never I'm like I need to do some more, like, before we start, things start getting nutty or whatever, but like I need to try to find a way to see, like, yo, are these funds gone or not? But like, what if this was a new person?
I think that's the. I had it before when I was 2 years in crypto. One night I was very tired and I connected with a malicious dApp just by googling 1 inch on the Google search bar, and I connected my wallet and it got drained for 15K. It's a price you pay for being not, how do you say, you have to make due diligence and you have to learn it, and I learned it the hard way.
I hear you.
But maybe also if you can access the Android file system, you got all the different files in the Android, and maybe you could get towards the data from MetaMask, and maybe there is some file that you can use to
No
import.
way. There's no way that would work.
I don't
There's no,
know.
you're saying just copy it over and then everything's the same.
Well, if you put that data or that file that is encrypted with your private key, it's obviously encrypted, that file. But maybe if you could get access to it and you put it in a fresh, clean wallet, then I don't know, man. Maybe you could get in with your password. I don't know. Maybe somebody else knows about that.
Yeah, I just checked a few minutes ago. It looks like it's locked. It's just like I don't have the 12 words, like I said. Um, if I helped a new person, they would always write down the 12 words. This was just a hot wallet that I was making on the fly. No big deal. My problem is that my funds are fucking there. My funds are fucking right there. I can fucking see them. They're there on the fucking phone. They're there on the fucking blockchain. But like something to do with MetaMask, and it's like the password works, but then it doesn't work a second time. And like the, I made a mistake. All right, like it was a very. I think it was. It's a mistake. All right, like I knew what I was doing. I knew that if you don't have 12 words, you can't get your fucking money back. I'm not completely retarded. But my problem is if this was an average fucking user, like, what if it, like, dude, it was $800, dude. Like, I'm not going to cry my eyes out over $700-800 or whatever. And it's like, but like yeah, it sucks. It's 1,000 Icosa. That's going to be $1 million someday. you know, that's just stuck there. But like, how the fuck does that happen? How am I able to put in my password, unlock the wallet, and then they say, "Oh, sorry, bitch, you can't fucking do shit," and you're like, now you have to recover your seed phrase, so put in your password again. And I like double check that the password's correct, and like multiple times, so it works. And then they're like, "Oh, you want to access your funds? Put in the password a second time." And no matter how many times I go through and I press the button, it doesn't do anything. Like how the fuck does that happen? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm going to contact MetaMask about it. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt for now and be like, yo, what the fuck's up here? Like, I don't know, man. Like, dude, like, I'm kind of like, I'm not mad because I lost the money. I'm mad because that was the first time that I lost funds that I know about. I might have lost some funds here or whatever, that I forgot about. But why? How the fuck does that happen? What if I recommended it to a new person and then they like started using it and then they started putting money in and then they ran into the same thing? Like, obviously, if it was me helping them, I would, obviously, like, I even created, I'm not sure if I showed you guys, but like I created like a little card for Richard, like in Hex, and like, I just wanted to give away some free crypto to people, like, just like teach them about opening a wallet and all that shit. I don't know if I have it, but it like, it says write down your 12 words, and so they even have a piece of paper like ready so they could write it down and everything. So if it was with me, that I don't think that this would have been an issue. But it's just like, what about the people who want to get into crypto and don't know about the 12 words, but they remembered their password? And then this happened. What if they put money into the wallet? Like I did. Like, what if they put in, like, who was it? They don't know DeFi. Like, I have many questions, and like, I think it was, who was it? Yeah, Jawa sent me a little meme, and it was, I don't know if I have it. Well, let me post it in chat if I have it. Oh, I didn't
Hey,
save that
Mike,
one. Yeah.
when you first set up that MetaMask account and it gave you the 12 words, in order for that account to be first used, didn't you have to re-enter those 12 words in the right order?
No. Well, you didn't have to. I put remind me later. You don't have to get the 12 words right away. Like, I understand this is a hot wallet, so I just want to make sure everybody knows. When you put money in a hot wallet, dude, like, you might lose your funds. I get it. Just alone as a hot wallet, and then if you don't have your 12 words, like, that's a really big thing, right? Like, totally get it. But my problem is the app's working. It fucking says, "Hey, yo, you got fucking funds here." And you use your password. I don't know. I'm gonna try it again. Like, I'll even try. I actually got a fucking a fucking what is it? A webcam to show. Hold on, let me find my phone because I need to know if I'm
Yeah.
tripping or not. I
No,
might be tripping.
I'm just not familiar with MetaMask providing that option to do remind later to end up using the account. My recollection is that every MetaMask account that I've set up, at least, it wouldn't let me proceed unless I've actually re-entered those 12 seed words.
Maybe I did
You know
do
what
a
I mean? Like,
malicious download. Let me double check my history.
yeah, for me, it's like the MetaMask, all the MetaMask that instances that I've ever used, I had to enter the 12 words back in before MetaMask would even let me use it. In which case, I had to write them down. And I was just wondering if you'd done that, then where's that piece of paper? Or now this, so the fact that you're mentioning remind me later, that would suggest to me that maybe you did, unless I've got this wrong. You've inadvertently landed, or ended up with a dodgy version of MetaMask, which I think, from what I understand, you're already considering that as a possibility. So I don't mean to be pointing out the stuff that you're already covered and you're fully already across. The other thing I was going to mention is that, in the MetaMask that you're using, when you do put your password in, and then it wants another password. Is there any point in time once you're in MetaMask, this version of MetaMask at least, where you have the capacity to export your private key?
No, it won't let me do anything. There's no setting, no anything. Yeah, I'm looking right here. Hold on. All right, let me turn on my light. Fuck, everyone's gonna see how fucking crazy my desk is. All right, so I might be wrong. I definitely fucked up like somewhere, and that was, I believe, in the 12 words is where I fucked up. Like, I didn't write them down. That's totally my fault. But all right.
What I'm saying is, in the MetaMask that I've used, there's been no way I could have proceeded without having written them down, because MetaMask would simply not give me the option to not confirm that I've written them down in order for me to be able to proceed, because it insisted that I wrote, not wrote them, but selected from.
See, but like here, I'll show you. Like, all right, hold on.
Just to prove this, what I would do, I would actually go to MetaMask.io and create another MetaMask instance in another browser, and I would actually go through the motions again and see.
Well, it's on my phone. It's on my phone, so like it's now an app on my phone, and I don't want to delete it yet.
No,
so
I would.
Are you recording this?
I'd go to a PC and I'd go to another browser instance, and I would go to MetaMask.io and I would install the what do they call them anyway? The MetaMask.io add-on, whatever it is. Anyway, and I would just go and confirm whether or not I can see what you're doing there. Whether or not I would confirm. I'll stop talking. Yeah, go on.
So this is my search history. As you can see, I didn't, like, I went to metamask.io and let me see here. What day was that? January 22nd. So it was a couple days ago, and I just downloaded the wallet. Nothing here. And then let me see here. So, okay, so here it is. There's the MetaMask. The password is protect idiots. And I meant it as a joke, like to like help people, like protect. I should have changed it to protect myself, I think. Unlock. Now, okay, so now it says, yo, you need to save your recovery phrase. Oh, okay. Okay, so now we're here. Don't risk losing your funds. Now let's start. Start. And now just like in MetaMask on your PC, you need to, put in your password a second time so that you can access your 12 words. All right. So we use the same password again. PROTECTIDIOTS. All right. Done. Okay, so I put it in right the first time. So let's try it again. Everyone saw I typed it in right?
Yes.
Done.
I think there's something, if you had your base password and you retrieve your password right now, maybe try a new password and then confirm the second time. It could be some kind of thing that, you understand me? So you have your base password, you try to get in, and then you try to change your password, and maybe you have to input
I
the
can't.
second time.
I literally cannot do anything. Like, I'm not trolling when okay, I'll turn it back on. Like, everyone's like, oh, clear the cache, do this. Oh, did my mic cut out? Okay. All right. But like, so now it just brings me back to this page. All right, we try it again. Nothing. Okay, so I go back. I can't do anything. There's no search bar or anything. Okay, so now let's go back. Close all. Go back to MetaMask.
I have to confess, I've never really used MetaMask on my mobile. So maybe this remind me later is unique to the MetaMask that runs on a mobile device.
Now I put in my password again. Oh, look, put in my fucking password. I'm into my wallet. Do you see that? You guys can look at it on the chain if you want. I can post the address. It doesn't really matter, but and so now I press protect your wallet again. Start. There's no settings. There's nothing here. Like I'm not like hiding anything, and like, but yeah, like I think it's a phone thing where you don't have to right away. And I've done.
And now I should suggest try to use a new password.
Bro, are you not listening to what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to be like, yo, like, how? How do I change my password? You can't. I'm stuck. Like, I'm not mad. Like, I'm just like frustrated because people like tell me to do all these things, and it's like, that's great, dude. If I could do it.
Yeah, totally understandable. I can understand your frustration. That's perfectly normal. It's not doing something. It's not doing something silly on the uppercase on the first character, is it? Accidentally?
No, because I put it in the first time.
Yeah, cool. No worries. Yep, just checking.
Yeah. Sorry. Like, no. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not mad about the fucking like funds, dude. Like, you know, like it sucks. Like 1,000 Icosa is still a lot, but like, like my problem is like, what the fuck is that? Like, before like.
It looks like you downloaded the legit app from your search history. That's for sure. It looks like you may have no choice but to contact MetaMask help. As painful as that would be, it's probably more painful than talking to us.
No, I love you guys. Like, no, I'm just like, dude, I know how to look through a fucking wallet to find the settings. I've been doing this for a while, and I knew what the risk was. I'm not mad about the money. I'm mad about like, yo, like. It's half working. This is a half working like situation. And it's like anybody new. Like, okay, so let's say you're a newbie. All right. And you don't have like me or Siggy or anybody in this chat to help you to know about the 12 words. You're fucked. You just lost all of your fucking money. And it's like, and hold on. Let me see here, just so I don't.
Bro, maybe try to delete the cache. Try to delete cache. I don't know if you can do it. Maybe it will help you. Delete cache.
You delete know, like cache. On like my history.
Yeah, like the cookies.
On my Internet Explorer.
No, in the wallet itself.
Dude. There's nothing to press.
Yeah, maybe try to restart the.
Yes, I've reset the phone twice, and like I keep like I get it. There are settings that you can do to make like going through the wallet easier. You can change your RPC settings. You can go relook at your 12 words. But the thing is that the first password, you guys saw me type it in multiple times, and it sends me right into the wallet. Then they ask for the password a second time, and now I can't access them, the funds.
Yeah,
Bro, look,
not that I know anything or know anything about it, but the connection for Kate, you might want to talk to the internet money guys. You know, if there's a bug, they might know about it, you know, or know about a workaround.
Listen, one second, and you can talk, okay? I'm little bit late, but if you don't, if you have the 12 words, I don't know if you have it or not, you can maybe try to install Trust Wallet, and then use the 12 words in there.
No,
You know what I
I
mean?
didn't write down the 12 words. I put remind me later because this is a hot wallet.
Yeah, I think you're fucked, bro.
Yeah, it's fine. Like, I'm not worried about the money thing. I'm worried more on the grand scale of things. Like, that's the thing that I'm really worried about. Is like
the basic things that everybody know is the 12 word. This is the most important thing in the world. You know, like if you lose this, you're like, I don't know how they can help you, but it's just basic info. Like if I install a new wallet, I have 12 words, and this is, I need to remind that.
how is a new person supposed to know that? Like
Yeah,
yes, there's a little disclaimer. There's a tiny
Yeah, the wallet.
disclaimer that says like, hey, this is pretty important and stuff. But like they also give you the option to remind me later. It like why give you the option to remind me later if it's just going to end up to this?
Yeah, that's. I think that's a something unique to the mobile app, because I don't recall seeing that remind me later option on a
I think it is only
browser.
on mobile. I do think it's only on mobile.
Yeah, and you're right, Mike. I totally agree. That remind me later option should not exist on the mobile. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I just wasn't even like overly thinking about it. Like it's just like, oh, dude, this is a small hot wallet. Like I'm just gonna go up and give some free coin to some people that I've known for a good couple years. I think giving some people a little bit of Icosa near these prices is going to be like life changing for people. So it's just like I'm going to give some free fucking coin to people. And and it was just like, oh, I'm running late and like let me press the remind me later. Yes, I didn't write down the 12 words, but like my bigger problem is like now I'm assuming like I've spent thousands of dollars through MetaMask, thousands and thousands of dollars, transactions and a few MetaMask swaps and stuff. Like I've put a lot of money into it, and it's just like something tells me that they're not going to do anything. Like I'm going to go and check, and I'm going to send pictures and screenshots of everything, and I might even have to do one of these videos. That's why I haven't deleted the wallet yet, because I want to show them like, yo, this shit's on the fucking blockchain, and your app just basically like I don't want to.
I'd be, yeah, Mike. I'd be a little bit more optimistic with MetaMask on this one, even though I know they will be painful. The reality is, it seems like there's a glitch in their app. When you click the remind me later thing, and then for whatever reason, maybe a new version of the mobile app is prompting you for this password business. You get in, then it wants you to do a prompt again with another, password entry, and it's not accepting it. It's something to do with the app, and I'd be a little bit more optimistic. It might take some time, but that would be my next port of call if I was you, definitely.
Yeah, I'm gonna after the party here, I'm going to go and send them. I don't know. I'm assuming it's an email. I doubt MetaMask has a phone number. And then move on from there. But like, I don't know. That's like, could you imagine if you just onboarded somebody and then like they made their own wallet and then they put their funds in and now they have their password and the app verifies that your password is correct. And then it asks you for a second time, and now it's a different password. I just got locked out. I just got like I've never seen that before. Like where you like put money in and then it says no, you have to now save your coins. I don't know if this is a new version of MetaMask. Like even when I'm doing like most of my funds are all like I think like 95% of my funds are like or 90% are all cold storage on Ledger and stuff. No shill. But like that's the hardware device that I use. And then it's like I don't know, man. Like I'm just like like do you guys see what I'm saying? Like, dude, I fucked up with the 12 words, but let's ignore that like I'm a more senior kind of crypto user, let's ignore that for a second and say that I'm a new person. Do I deserve to have my funds locked out?
No, Mike, I'd be a little bit more kind to yourself. I don't think you have fucked up with the 12 words. I think MetaMask is fucked up. They simply this remind me later thing shouldn't be an option. And then you can't fuck up. Really.
And
I mean,
how do we
we
know?
all know. Yeah.
Like, I want to put up another point. I want to do some research and like before we start making crazy like claims or accusations, but like, how do I know that MetaMask didn't take my funds and they're just letting them sit there? Can anybody prove it to me one way or another?
I think that's a little bit more extreme, a possibility of MetaMask stealing your funds. I don't think that's.
How do we know? That's my point. Like, how do we know? Like, they could have the keys for it, you know, it's just like the MetaMask fox. It's always watching your cursor everywhere. Like, how do I know that those funds won't move in 10 years? You know, what if, like, you know, I said this before, like, somebody was talking about an app yesterday, and I don't want to say it because I don't know if it's safe, but I used a little bait wallet. It had like $1,000 in it, and it worked fine for me, and my funds are still there. I was very happy, and I even donated a little bit to the chain. So I was like, oh, this seems like cool, and it's like I gave them a little bit, but it's like I can't fucking read code. I'm a college dropout, dude. Like, I didn't make it that fucking far. I had a hard time with fucking algebra.
It's bizarre that MetaMask is prompting you because it now sees that there's money in their wallet. Hey, dude, now you need to secure your wallet, and we need to make sure that we're going to force you now and only now to get your 12 words in order.
They didn't do that at first because I was able to copy the address. I copied the address. I sent email to myself because it was on my phone and my other stuff's all in cold storage. And like, I was able to use my wallet. I was able to use it while it was empty. And then as soon as money went in there, now all of a sudden there's a fucking goddamn problem, and now I can't access those funds. Like, once again, I don't care about $800. Like, it's like $800 or $700, $800 is a lot of money to me, but like I can, you know, stretch that out and do a lot with it, right? And it's like, but my problem is like, how many people are they setting up for fucking failure? You know, I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's two things that could be happening here. Either one, it is a new version of MetaMask, which is, you know, forcing you to protect yourself, and it's got a glitch with this password business. Or two, it really is an errant version of MetaMask that somehow you've inadvertently, even though your browser history searching looks in order, it could still be, and it can't be ruled out that it's a dodgy version of MetaMask from a dodgy site. Sorry to say that.
It's not a dodgy site because I have the search history. I didn't even Google search. It says I just went to MetaMask and went to the download section.
Okay, I mean, yep. Then it's the former out of those two options, which is the first one that I said must be. What you're making me want to do, even though I'm not a mobile user of MetaMask, I will tool around with MetaMask on the mobile now or later, and I will see whether or not I can reproduce some of this, I guess.
Even if you can't, let's say that you go through and say, Mike, I didn't have a fucking problem. Okay, like, I'm happy for you, but like, what if this only happens 1 or 2% of the time? All right, you'd have to go and do it 100 times to make sure, like, you know, you have that chance of hitting that 2%.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, in either case, then you're back to where we were saying before of having to contact MetaMask, and and just hope that you're not in the 1% of the really rare situation where you're saying potentially they've got your money and they're not going to release it, and that they're plead ignorance that they know nothing of this, and which I think is very remote. But hey, anything's possible in this world.
I'm not saying that like MetaMask right now is the worst thing in the world, but like I'm starting to like that's a issue. That's not good. Like, because like yes, I just press remind me later, but think of all the people who are like maybe I interact with and I go, oh, here, whatever, and maybe someone else hears and they go, oh, I'll just remind me later. It's no big deal. I remember my password, and then they put it in and they lose all their money.
That's atrocious, and the amount of money you're talking about for yourself even is not an insignificant amount, and it needs to be sorted as soon as possible.
I remember Richard, dude, I've watched every fucking Richard video, bro. Me and my buddy Trevor, we used to laugh and be like, you gotta decentralize all the things. We used to always meme and joke and laugh and giggle like fucking stupid kids. Hex was at 50 cents and everything. And, like people think like because Bitcoin has an anonymous like founder, that makes it decentralized or something. And it's like when you hear that, it's fucking retarded. That's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard. But like I don't update my ledger and stuff. I like, whenever there's a new like update or whatever for like Ledger Live, I don't really do it. Like mine's outdated. Still to this day, because these are the things that I've worried about for a long time. Like I remember the first time Ledger upgraded, they went from a really, really ghetto version, and I think it was just getting like ERC20s and stuff at the time. This was 5-6 years ago. But then like I took a little break from crypto and came back, and I was like doing all this research like, yo, is this new update safe and everything? I'm going to the Ledger website. I'm going to the Reddit. I'm going and searching all over online, because like I always worry like, how do you know what you're signing, or how do you know that this new update doesn't drain your shit?
Yeah, I guess like we all get into crypto, DeFi, etc. to get rid of the middleman, avoid counterparty risk, and so on and so forth. But I think even Richard has said at some point in time that you do have to trust some entities, whether it be the double clicking the .exe file to run whatever software you need to run, written by people you've got no clue about. There is some trust element that we can't avoid, and whether that be Ledger Live or updates to Ledger or Trezor or whatever your favorite hardware wallet is, you are in the lap of the gods for some aspects of this crypto space. But it is better than you could say legacy finance. Just my personal opinion.
So sorry, I got here late, but you've lost your password. You don't have the private key or the seed phrase. Is that correct?
No, I have the password and it allows me in the wallet.
Okay.
But then it says, oh, you have too much money in your wallet, so now you have to go write down your 12 words. Because I didn't write down the 12 words, but I have the password and I have the wallet. So I get into the wallet. It says, hey.
Okay, but do you have access to any of the other functions in the wallet?
No,
like
it won't give me any other functions. No,
it doesn't give you you can't know version number or anything.
Literally, right? No, it literally like takes you to a page, and Yeah.
Because I have mine loaded and I just kind of went through the steps, but once you put your password in, it basically opens the wallet right up.
But do you have the 12 words already confirmed that you wrote them down? Did you already confirm?
I probably
so
did.
that's the difference. That's the difference.
I probably did it once upon a time, right? So.
See, I broke a hex stake to fund some of my stuff. I'm not about selling bottoms, but I think that we're near the bottom, and like if I want to stream or do content creating or whatever, like I want to get started sooner rather than later. I don't want to start at the top of the bull market. That doesn't make sense.
Hey there, Mike. In regards to your security situation there, am I mistaken or correct in thinking you could start a new MetaMask wallet and it will ask you then when you do that, do you have your keys attached to a private key, which it sounds like you do? If so, input those words.
I don't have the private key. I don't have the private keys.
No, for your like Trezor for your ledger. Those private keys. And then you can start a new wallet with that Trezor or Ledger, whatever the hardware wallet is you're using, by inputting your hardware wallet password into it, having made a new MetaMask wallet.
No, that's not how it works, from what I understand. You can't do anything. Like right now, because if you delete the app, what happens? It's a fresh new thing, and I don't have the 12 words. Now, maybe I could do some emulator shit and maybe be able to fucking finick this thing all the way around and maybe get my funds. And that's fucking great, dude. That would make me happy not to lose 1,000 Icosa and then have that shit staked. That sounds fucking dope as shit. But what if this happens to somebody who isn't a crypto nut? Let's say it happens to your grandparents. It happens to your mom and dad, one of your siblings or something. They hear about this crypto stuff and then they press the remind me later. With Ledger, when you set up a wallet, you have to type in all the fucking words. It is a pain in the ass. And everything. But do you see what I'm saying? How do I know that those funds are actually, you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? How do I know that those funds won't move in 10 years?
You don't. Just like anybody with funds on a Ledger, funds on a Trezor, funds on the RX wallet. You just kind of have to put faith in and hope that it doesn't, disappear somewhere down the line.
Once again, I would always just tell anybody who's putting in any major kind of money, bro, you need to fucking get a hardware wallet. Obviously hardware wallet is key. But if I was going to meet somebody, I met with a whole bunch of old friends today that I haven't seen in fucking 7 years, and I was putting the money on to go get them some Hex and Icosa. It was really Icosa. I'll be real. I think staking Icosa kind of gets you excited, shorter stake times, compounding, earning 2 things in a single wallet. I think it's a lot easier to read through app.icosa and all of these things. But I was going to go give it to them, and it's just now all those funds are stuck. And it's just what happens if this would maybe I didn't double check to see if there's a new. Did you say that there was a new MetaMask out?
Mike, dumb question. Have you tried rebooting your phone?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll do it
Another
again just to be safe. And
yeah, I just want to make sure like the app isn't caught in like a weird limbo state of it doesn't know that the password's been set, because it seems weird it's asking you to confirm it. And you know, maybe an update will fix it if it comes down the line in a couple of weeks or whatever. Who knows? But
right, that's, you know, I'm not
oh,
deleting it or anything, or
yeah.
you know, oh, you know what? Maybe I check. Oh, my phone just died. I'll go and double check that. Oh no, wait, no, I just turned it off. Okay. I could double check to see if it needs an update from Google. I didn't do that yet.
Yeah, maybe that'll knock something loose if that's the case.
But if I try to re-download it, it's just like deleting the wallet and then reinstalling it, and it's a fresh MetaMask, so it would actually set me back, and I don't have like the I'm not deleting it or doing anything crazy, because I want to at least give them the benefit of the doubt, be like, oh, oh, you're a fucking retard, like we're not going to help you, that's like your fucking fault. Or are they going to be like, you know, like, oh, that's this, you know, or am I going to help like other people? Like, is this a glitch that they know about? You know, like maybe I just found like a fucking, like if they just updated it recently, maybe they don't even know, you know, like,
could be.
You know, just like when you update a website or update a DApp, you know, that's why we all love Hex so much in Icosa. It's because it's finished fucking code.
Yeah.
It's good and ready to go.
I did a quick Google for the problem and I couldn't find people reporting the same situation. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. But the other thing, we might be able to get like a little deep in the weeds here. So your the password is encrypting your seed phrase on the device, right? And there might be some kind of like backdoor, since you do know the password, there might be some kind of weird backdoor way for you to extract that encrypted seed phrase off of your phone and then apply that password. And once you get it separated from the MetaMask app, it might work okay.
Yeah, like that's well, I'm not. I hope so. That'd be awesome. I don't want to lose funds and shit like that. But like, could you imagine being a new person? Like, you don't even know what the fuck the word blockchain or DeFi even means.
Yeah. Well,
like, you're going to fucking hate crypto.
Yeah, that's why these banks and stuff are getting into the digital wallet business, because they want to try to abstract it away from this difficult case of like, oh, you have to remember these 12 seed words, everybody stores them incorrectly, nobody treats them, you know, no, new people don't get that once those words fall into the hands of somebody else, you're completely done. Completely done. There's nothing you can do to protect yourself. You can't import your seeds into a different wallet or something like that. You're done.
Yeah.
And just having seeds in general is too much of a challenge for a lot of people to have 12 strange words. So they're going to put some kind of abstraction on top of it where they're going to end up basically having vaults that are containing the equivalent of your seed phrase, but with your password protecting it, which I guess isn't that different from like what MetaMask is doing, but you know the risks of a hot wallet in the first place. Now imagine a wallet that's even hotter.
Right. You know, I had like, I didn't put all of my Icosa into that wallet. So it's not like I'm like fucked. Like, It was like a little over like almost a quarter, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't put all of it in because I knew it was a hot wallet. I still have funds in my fucking shit.
Well, and it doesn't hurt too bad now, but when we hit the bull, it's gonna hurt.
Oh, dude, that shit's gonna be fucking $10, $20, $30,000. I know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but like, you know, it's like I already bought close enough to the bottom where it's like, dude, you know, if you lose, if I would lose more hair, because of some lost money, I would be even more bald than I am now. You know, but like I'm just like, I look at that and that. Obviously, hardware wallets I think are way better, but like, scary.
Hey, Mike, when did you install this hot wallet again?
Three days ago, I think 3 or 4 days ago.
Okay, so that would imply that you then had a very recent version, the most recent version of MetaMask. It could be that this is a new functionality that you're the first one to uncover, perhaps.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, so it should be all good, man. I reckon. If you get in touch with them, I reckon you'll be good.
I don't know, man. I just have no faith in like other hacks, but I appreciate it. Like, it's just about the like, I semi-trusted MetaMask, and it's just like, luckily it was only $700-800. It's not the end of the world. I didn't lose all my stakes. I didn't like lose a lot, and like it's like the stakes are more important. My Icosa stakes more important. My 90-day stakes way more important. Like, yeah, I could have made more 90-day stakes, which would have been fucking awesome. Another 5 90-day stakes, I think, or like 4.5. Like, that'd been fucking awesome. And I remember I was joking the other day. I was like, dude, we need like a heart wallet or something. We need like an RH fucking wallet. Where we're about to be, I think, probably, getting that layer 1, or Pulse X, Pulse Chain, and everything. And it's just like, we do have hardware wallets, which are nice, but it's just like, that's for a little bit more of an advanced user. Like, layer 1 is just like getting somebody to download a wallet. Could you imagine if this like happened to somebody else? They would be completely turned off crypto forever. They're like, my password's fucking working, but I can't access it. So I am going to contact the support. I'm going to give them, obviously the benefit of the doubt, because no one's fucking perfect. But like, in this kind of case, like, let's look at it. Like, I did go to the right site. I did go and download the correct wallet. I did go and I have my password, and they gave me the option. Do you want to write down your thing now or later? And I said later. And they're like, oh, well, just to let you know, you have to remember your password in order to access your private keys. Okay, that sounds fair. That's fair. Like, no hate.
Mate, you've done nothing wrong, as far as I'm concerned. You've done nothing wrong. You've done what the software.
I did a little bit of a noob mistake, but I hear what you're saying. Thank you.
A little, but ultimately nothing really. You can't be hard on yourself on this one at all.
And it was, and by the way, like, this happened within like 10, 15 minutes. Like, because I was I I called my insurance agent up and I was like, yeah, I'm going to be coming up there. And so I like did a remind me later, and then I, threw the funds in, and I just reopened the wallet. And like this happened all simultaneously. I just downloaded the app a couple days ago. I just didn't put the funds in because breaking a stake that one hurt, because I wanted to fund my own little thing. And obviously, like, dude, like, let's be real, like selling hex is like so 2022. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't sell your hex, and like unless you're getting Icosa, that's the only exception. Oh, yeah, I downloaded the wallet a couple days ago, but I didn't start. I just started the wallet today. Yeah, that was today. So I downloaded the wallet to my phone, waited a few days because like I didn't have I'm not trolling you guys when I say I'm 100% staked. Well, not now, but I was, and I wanted to like I I just made a choice where I was like, I'm going to break a stake, and then like I did the math, and it was more efficient for me to like take some of these funds and stake the Icosa rather than actually holding the hex. Now I could have been wrong, but I made that choice myself, and like it took me a couple days in order to fucking like make the decision. Like I was like, I need a wallet on my phone, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. And so, but I made everything today. I didn't write down the words, but like that's an option in there. How do I know MetaMask doesn't have it? Right. I had no funds in there, and I had complete access to the wallet. I could copy and paste my address. That's how because I transferred shit from my ledger over to that wallet. So I had to tab out and send the email of what the address was to my computer so I could access my ledger, and then I sent it in. So as soon as I sent in my money, though, I was locked out. It went from I work to like, oh, you have no money in here. Oh, I'm working 100%. Oh, you put in $1,000, bitch. Like you're like kind of like stuck. I'm not gonna like freak out and like I know I sound I just have a lot of emotion about things like this, but like I would imagine like I don't know, me as a business owner, if like I don't know, like if circumstances like I don't think I broke the rules of rules. I didn't put my 12 words and give it to somebody on Telegram. My funds are locked through the MetaMask app right now, like kind of. Like I'm locked out of those funds. How do I do that? Like in my phone settings or in the MetaMask settings? Oh, okay. I just want to make sure. Okay. I'm going to go check right now.
The tech support party.
Tech support party. I don't like Nomad. When he told me he doesn't like cheese on his McMuffin, I was like, I don't know about this guy. What the hell is encrypt SD card? Does that mean like it's like making it like private, like hard, like I could put a password on it?
Yeah, so that if someone were to extract your SD card, they wouldn't have all your information freely available.
Okay, well I don't have an SD card, so okay. Good to know though. More biometrics things. I don't see anything in there that I think will help me, but yeah, do I like I'm here in Google App Store and 169 K views or reviews, 10 million downloads, E for everyone, 4.5, and it says open rather than install. And this looks like the app. Yeah, that is 100. Like I type in MetaMask wallet into the Google search, and it literally just brings me to the page where it says open. You know, my parents used to always yell at me. They'd be like, "It's always something with you, Michael." Yeah, I know. Hold on. I think I might have fucked up. Hold on. Let's see here. Ah! I'm okay. 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 So even though we had the video cam, no one noticed. On the first screen, I put a capital P.
Yeah, I called that out, Mike. I don't know. You probably didn't hear me say that. I said,
I don't think I did. Oh, okay.
You boomered the password.
All right. I'm flawed. I do have chubby fingers.
Yeah, you should moisturize.
All right. Thank God. Thank God. I was like tripping out for a second because I was like, but like, well, on the first one, you don't have to fucking capitalize it or anything. It's all lowercase. Not yet. Oh, Scary. All right, never mind. I'm just gonna leave chat and fucking go drink some bleach because I'm so stupid. No, no, I'm writing. You know, that's why I was like, I'm just mad. Like, if that is the case, I was like, I'm not flaming MetaMask and saying I'm never going to use it again. I was like, you know, but I'm just like, whoa, what if? Okay, to be fair though, like if you don't require capitalization on the first password, you shouldn't have to do it on the second one. But like that's just my opinion. No, whatever. If I told you guys that I'm like the most human person you've ever met because of how fucking stupid I am, would you guys believe me?
Yeah, sure.
As long as you have your money, man, that's all that matters.
Yeah, that'll make it a real Icosa yield party.
Nice.
All right. Why don't we delete this from YouTube and not not show how retarded
I'll
I
never mention it again.
everybody's gonna be like, MetaMask. I was like, oh please no, dude, because like the implications of that, like I just get worried because like yeah. Yeah.
Success.
I was just worried. I was like, what? Like, because I was going to have everybody download MetaMask, and it just the reason I was getting angry is because I was like, dude, I could have fucked everybody. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what made me like. It wasn't the money that I could have lost. That's not it. That's not it. I don't care about that. It was like I've had a lot of people download MetaMask just for like a little amount of coin and stuff. And like a lot of these coins are gonna be worth a lot of money, and it's just like I do worry. Oh, so still haven't lost funds, bitches. Hell yeah!
Woohoo!
Oh my god, I'm so fucking retarded, bro. I'm so fucking stupid. I know it's confirmed. It's written down. It's written down.
Also, export your private key and your, and grab your seed phrase. That's the best practice, man.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Like, well, this was a hot wallet, and I was like running late. But like, you're right. Always a good reminder. Like, I usually use like hardware for my stuff. The majority of my funds are all hardware, so. Never a dull moment with Mike unmuted, baby.
Yeah, we're all just glad you didn't lose your funds.
I was about to grab an old phone and try everything that you were trying. So
I just want to let you guys know I love you guys.
Yes, sir. It has ticked over.
I don't know what you guys put up.
Well, if we demand that, he'll conveniently lose his password again.
Dude, I'm ashamed. I've been overthinking shit, dude. Like, yeah. But seriously, who makes it to where you do have to uncapitalize the first one for the second password rather than the first one?
Whoever is working on those Android keyboards is just a real sick son of a bitch.
God, I'm such a fucking schmuck sometimes, bro. Like, I can't just stop laughing, like, at myself. Oh, God.
All's well that ends well, man.
I was just mad because I was like, I was going to give away some free coin to people.
Oh, did I miss the Koga airdrop? Is that what I missed? What I missed?
Nope, no, you didn't miss anything. Just Mike being Mike. That's all you need to know.
Okay.
Stop.
We can blackmail him with it.
Hey, Mike, remember that one time that you couldn't put in your password right because you're retarded? Yeah, I'm never gonna live this one down, bro.
Capital P Mike.
You know, no one looks back that far. Like, how many of you guys actually watched some of Richard's old streams? None of you fucking bitches did. Shut up. The you know, I went to my insurance agent and I told him I was like, yeah, I'm going to be doing some creating in crypto, and he was like, oh, we might see you on the news someday. I was like, I kind of hope not, but like if you do, I just want to let you know I mean well. People just
All right.
Yeah, well done, by the way.
as a twist, I was totally trolling you. I knew there was a fucking capital P there. This is just a reminder to use hardware wallets and always to write down your 12 words. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. This was a test.
Obviously trolling.
What happened? What did you do? Would you dox your MetaMask or something? What?
It's just a fucking. It's just a spare wallet.
Nice.
Well done, everybody. Well done. I give you guys all an A.
Yeah, what other community would do this? Nobody even tried to scam you.
Sounds like Mike tried to scam himself from where I'm sitting.
Telling you, like that one comedian, I can't remember who it was, and he's like, you say something, you're like trying to grab the words, like, no, I didn't mean to say that. Oh yeah, that's totally me. Yeah, I've been going through them for a couple years, and the guys think I'm funny as fuck, and they think I'm crazy. And like I was talking with one of the ladies there, and everything, and then also I got my old furniture store I worked at. Um, Went there, and the lady who helped me, her and her husband owned a little bit of like Bitcoin and stuff, and going to see if I gave her my number and stuff, and told her like if she wanted to learn about hacks and stuff. But bought a pillow and a seat cushion, and from there, and I'm gonna go back because a lot of those guys have been there for so long, and they all remember me, and they all actually a lot of them own crypto, but you know what they own? SHIB, of course. Doggy Coin too. God, dude, something wrong with me, bro. I guess this is better than a boring yield party where like no one's wanting to talk and just everyone's just like kind of here. So it was a good time. It was a test though. Just remember, I knew what I was doing.
Oh no, man. Professional yield farmer.
Dude, I was just crushed because I like literally thought like that was like the time where I lost my funds. I want to try to stay squeaky clean if possible. So, in other stuff, I am moving forward. This was something that stalled me for the day because I was so like freaked out about it. But like, think about doing streaming, and like, I don't know the platform in which that I want to start on. Um, like, YouTube is obviously the biggest. Like, I want to do some gaming and just general crypto stuff, maybe some talks, interviews, and stuff, and just trying to find like how do I want to do some of those things. And one, you guys, you know which one I'm probably talking about, the decentralized Twitch, or quote unquote decentralized Twitch, or whatever. I don't want to say the name. I had to do more research, but you know what I'm talking about, Siggy?
Is that the one that rhymes? Oh, okay. It's not the one that rhymes with like me vibe, is it?
No, here I'll send it to you. Just don't like I haven't done full research on it, but I just wanted to know what what you guys thought. Like once you see it, you'll be like, oh, I remember that one. I don't know. I'm a shit coin. I used to be the biggest shit coin chaser on earth. So if a coin survived more than a year, like it's like, oh, wow. Really?
What? Why not like Twitch, Mike?
I'll give you a really easy answer. Twitch can't handle mic unmuted. All right, like Twitch can't handle this.
There's all kinds of rules. I get it. Yeah, you
and
want to be free, bro.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And it's like, do I post on all the sites and then see which one happens to work, or like I don't even know how a lot of that stuff actually like works. I've never, especially now, I feel like there's more options now. You have like Rumble and stuff taking off.
You can technically try to use Restream and stream it to multiple platforms at once, and from there see where you have the most engagement.
Wait, what do you use?
Restream.io. You can stream to YouTube, Twitch, etc. at the same time. Theoretically, if you're a Twitch affiliate, but yeah, I know some people who do it anyway. But yeah, if you're not affiliated, it's not an issue.
There was some guy in my class today, a classmate, and he was talking about how crypto was all a scam and everything was all a scam just because he bought the top of he bought it fucking 58K or whatever that Bitcoin, and then it crashed, and then it was all because of that. It was a scam, and I was just like, oh, I was fucking trying to focus on my work and not lose it on him, but it was unbelievable, the ignorance. It was like, wow, because you bought the top, everything's a scam, right? You make so much sense, dude.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
cosplaying.
I don't have the twerk skills of fucking Richard, all right, bro?
Into the Richard Hart cosplay and twerk.
You know that one thing that I just sent you, that platform seems pretty interesting. I think that's the one that would appeal to the younger generation, to be honest. If you wouldn't mind, like I'd recommend just taking a peek at it. Like obviously, it's kind of like Uniswap, where it's like the service is kind of needed, but like the token is like retarded. Like I wouldn't buy it. It's not a function of money. No, the viewers do. Yeah. Like you can get donations with crypto and stuff. So
To be fair, this whole time that I've known you, I've always felt that I need to be paid listening to you. So why not do it now?
fair enough. Fair enough.
It was a joke.
It's probably more true than you want to admit.
Yeah, I feel like that when I listen to War Dogs for too long.
His name is not War Dog, it's Troll God.
Oof.
And since you're here, Patrice, by the way, thanks for posting the info earlier on that wallet, that big whale today. I think that was you that kind of did the research on his wallet and all that. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for doing that.
I spent like 5 hours on that.
Wow.
About
Yeah.
5 hours.
What did you?
Trying to connect the dots, you know?
Yeah.
Trying
So
to
how
connect
do
the
you
dots
how do you
and
feel
see,
sitting
like,
through
trying
that?
to interpret the movements.
Since you did spend that time and you did discover that sort of stuff, how do you feel about that individual? Like, you feel better? Does it make you more bullish? Just the same? Does it?
I wasn't sure at first, but now it makes me kind of feel bullish because, you know, I've seen all the HSIs that he put into the system, and he did actually, you know, put already a lot of HSIs before. So, like, you know, 160 days ago when Icosa launched. And yeah, that entity also bid a lot on the auctions. Obviously, I don't know, you know, we would have to look at each auction separately to see how much has been bid on it. But from what I can see, that entity has bought bigger, you know, bigger HSIs, smaller HSIs. Obviously, not the really like super small ones, like the 1x HSIs. But yeah, seeing all that kind of makes me more positive on the fact that first there are like 300 new HSIs in the system. They're gonna, you know, come out in 90 days. probably getting recycled, big part of them, as well as having some positive entity. From what I originally saw on the wallets is that when Hedron was created, he was basically like a gunter, a dumpster. He was minting crazy amounts and dumping them every day for weeks, getting a lot of value out of it, mostly swapping it for USDC back then. And then before the Icosa, the Icosa inception started, he started swapping into Hex, his minted Hedron, and so he basically stopped dumping as a Hedron, and he's got about 25 wallets connected to the to the two big ones. Having a couple of like really small stakes, like 90-day stakes, like 220 Icosa stakes. But in each wallet, there's a Hedron stake with 8.1 billion. So 8181818181 Hedron in each of them, each of those wallets. So I'm not, as I said before, I'm not sure what it's supposed to mean, but to me, it sounds like ha 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 ha.
Exactly, because 8 and 1 is H and A in the alphabet. H is the 8th letter.
Yeah, like I don't see another reason why someone would use that number, because it's not relevant to the cap of which is needed to go up a class.
No, that's what it is. That's what it is. 81 represents Ha, right? Like H is the 8th letter, so that's what he's doing.
That's kind of what I was thinking. The first one I saw, I didn't really mind. But then I connected 15 other wallets to this one, and they all have like this Hedron stake with the same amount. And yeah, 3 of those addresses still own about 23,000 T-shares. And got like still hundreds of HSIs from here until 2037. And yeah, actually my original claim was that he created about 300 Watsas, but I actually mistyped something, and they created about 68 Watsas of various amounts. And about half of them were created with Maximus tokens. And so currently this entity is owning 12.4% of the entire Icosa pool, with 3.5 million Icosa staked.
God damn.
Yep. That is a lot. Yeah, so he went from being the huge Icosa dumper, huge Hedron dumper, to like the Omega Icosa whale, Chad Inu.
Dude, Siggy, I just saw that meme that you posted. It's so true. So true.
Yeah, I was thinking about that earlier. I didn't find a really adequate name yet. Yeah, we'll have to brainstorm that. Well, yeah, we have one God whale already, but this has gotta be something special.
You should post his address.
You can get it on Hex Model. The two first addresses are linked to his accounts, and then you can just dive around and see the other addresses linked to it.
That's true.
Yeah. If you want, I'll post it again right now.
Oh, if you already did, I can look for it. Sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's a while back, like 5-6 hours ago.
Don't lie. I know it's you, Maxim. Criminals
Not
always
me.
like to go back to the scene of the crime. So here you are. So it all makes sense now.
I was found out, so I had to. Yeah. Not me.
Yeah, I didn't post the address directly, but anyone can get the address on Hex Model. Just go to the hex taking thingy, and yeah, the two first addresses are linked together. And actually, like in the top 20 addresses, there's like at least 7 of them who are from that entity. So yeah, totaling 3.5 million Icosa staked. Damn.
Wow. How did you link them together? You just saw that they transferred things?
Actually, yesterday I just started looking at this new wallet, like the 1.3 million Icosa staker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went into the Etherscan. I was first looking only at the Icosa transactions.
Yeah.
And yeah, then I look at the transfers. And yeah, I saw that there were some other wallets, so that's where I discovered all the smaller wallets with 200 Icosa stakes, but with the 8.1 818181 Hedron stakes. Yeah. There are about 12 of them or 15. And yeah, eventually I found out another wallet, and I added no, I saw the Icosa start stake.
Yeah.
And then I saw that he added capital to it multiple times, so I did the math on it.
Yeah.
And it was exactly the amount of the second top wallet.
Oh, wow.
And actually, I didn't look at first. I didn't look at first on the hex model thing, but yeah, then when I verified, it was actually the same wallet. So those are definitely linked together. And that was probably the entity that bid, like a hell of a lot back in the, the glorious auction days.
Wow.
Because when you go, so it's not that big entity that did the bids. These are some other wallets that are also linked. Like there's one address. It's got only 15,000, like 16,000 Icosa stakes. But this was actually where the native stakes are and the HSI stakes. There's also, the address that minted the Kami token. It's got about 12,000 T-shares still in there. So yeah, there are like, like two addresses with like 20,000 plus stakes T-shares. I mean, one that is really old, like day 3 of Hex. Like there's the Bitcoin whatever airdrop redeem. There's the trace of that on there. I also found a PulseX SAC address linked to it. Has nothing on it except the Pulse, the sacrifices. Didn't find anything other interesting on it. But yeah, like there are only 1 or 2 addresses that are really old, like plus 1,000 days. All the rest is almost all the rest of the addresses are like 160 days old, basically.
Does it look like he just has a ton of hex and the Hedron bonus multiplier and is using the rather large amount of Hedron from that to get Icosa? Or how did he get his Icosa? I'm curious.
Yeah. I was telling the chat right before you came in. He was a huge Hedron dumper at inception.
Okay.
Like when Hedron got to the first stop and then dumped, hashtag dumpter. And yeah, he was definitely participating on dumping that shit big time. He was minting like 8-10 billions on each stake. So he probably has the nice juicy multiplier.
Yeah.
And yeah, like right before Icosa start, he started not swapping into USDC, but swapping into Hex. Then he did like hundreds of HSIs.
Yeah.
Split it across a few wallets. And yeah, as I said, like the second wallet that you see on Hex model is like 1.139 million Icosa. It actually started off with like like a small whale stake, like 20,000 or something, and added and added and added, selling those HSIs, like batches of 20 HSIs every day or more for like a week or so. And yeah, and that's what he did a couple of days ago. He basically did the same plan, but in the meantime, he got a lot of auctions since he still mints a lot of Hedron. And obviously, he's got those 8 billion Hedron stakes rolling. I believe it's still a 90 days stake, right, for 8 billion?
No,
No,
wait, no, you're probably right. I
for the
take that back.
Hedron stake.
Yeah, you're right. I think you're right. Yeah, 1 billion is 1.1 billion is 30. So yeah.
X model.
Hey guys, how much Icosa makes a whale?
What was that?
How much Icosa makes you a whale?
Well, it depends on if you want to look at staking supply or not. If you're looking at how much does it take to have a 360-day minimum stake length, that accounts the non-staked supply of Icosa. If you want to look at the pool, there's 28 million Icosa in the pool. It's a very different number.
Yeah, currently it's about 20,000 minimum for the whale stake.
Yeah.
But that means that there are a lot of whales. There's like 320 whales.
How much is the most? Do we know how much the person with the most holds?
Yeah, that's exactly the entity I was talking about. So
yeah.
If you add all the wallets together, they hold 12.4% of the entire pool. And just
So
the two big wallets is like, 2.5 million Icosa staked just in the two wallets.
Okay.
So they're Poseidon.
Jeez, that's huge, man.
Yeah,
Max,
so
what was
yeah.
that there? I missed that one.
Oh, I said that they're the next thing up from a whale. They're a Poseidon. If you own 10% of the supply rather than 1%.
10%.
Yeah, I have a question.
Nobody can fuck with them.
I'm going over one of my buddy's houses. So when we were talking yesterday about canceling existing like smart contract functions, like like on the Etherscan and everything, has everybody done that here? Am I the only one who hasn't?
On what?
What in revoking?
Yeah,
permissions?
revoking. Yeah, revoking permissions. I'm sorry.
I did a couple. Like all the smart contracts that I'm currently not using, I've revoked them, but haven't revoked like everything on every wallet.
So does anyone know, like for example, I gave Uniswap unlimited USDC. Like I just clicked it and didn't think much of it. Is there a chance that they could just rug me of my USDC? Is that like, obviously like there are some things like you don't know what you signed, but like
Basically,
let's say
yeah.
Yeah.
So if they change the code, they can rug you.
Well,
Yeah.
It's just you've given them permission, like you're allowing it, right? I definitely would say you should be revoking those. Yeah.
You've
Okay.
approved them to
you
rug
you don't want any permissions, because as soon as that fork happens, that means that all those permissions are forked over to the pulse chain too. As far as I understand too, that's where I was like, and I was looking at this like, I don't know, like 6 months ago, but yeah, I revoked like all the permissions against my wallets.
Did you do it individually on Etherscan?
Yeah. And just cleaned it right up so that when you check it on Etherscan, that there's no permission. That's what I did.
Because like some, just like this little MetaMask thing, it's just like, dude, like trusting sources and trusting dApps is like that real fine line, and I'm just really like looking and I'm like, fuck, dude, you could fucking end a stake, turn it into USDC, and then just like, can Uni just come in and like suck up your coins?
It probably wouldn't, because they want to be reputable, right? Like if they do that to people, word would get out. but it's probably for those other dApps that maybe aren't like Uniswap, like the big ones, you know. But I would even Uniswap, man. Like, what does it matter? Like, it's not going to cost you that much more to give them the permission the next time. And how often are you swapping? Like, you know, maybe swap out of a different wallet and leave permission open on a wallet that you don't really store anything in, and then swap in that wallet and move it, you know?
And like, because my buddy doesn't really do all this shit, and I'm like designated like, hey, I'm gonna help you here, and I just like, I've never revoked permissions before, and just like another area that I'm not an expert in, but like I understand why. And I knew there was like probably something that you could do to revoke permissions, but like okay.
It's really easy, man. Just go on the Etherscan token approvals, connect your whatever wallet it is that you want to check it. It will tell you if there's money that is at risk, and it'll tell you like the ERC 720, and then it's like there's two other sections where it tells you like how much money, or if you have NFTs that are at risk, and then who the permission is to, and what you allowed, and like you just pay like a small amount of money to revoke it.
It's like $1 or $2 in ETH, right? Like per one.
Yeah, like, and yeah, you catch it at the right time or whatever. But I don't think it's. I talking to like Papa Boner and all that, like, and listening to guys, like they're all like, yeah, you want to have no. And I think it was Walrus actually, where he was like, yeah, you don't want to have any permissions on your wallet, man. You gotta watch that. So I got on it then, and like I revoked all of them, and I've never had any problems with my wallets or nothing. It's just like, you might. I got headphones on and stuff. Like, okay, yeah, I had them upside down. Yeah, it's just probably in your best interest, I would say. But you know, personal choice, right? It's one of those things. You might be fine.
So
I would rather know that I'm fine rather than thinking I'm fine.
Yeah. Then you want to do it, man. Like, I know I've done it. I check it all the time too. Like, I not all the time, but like I check it frequently. If I'm doing stuff, then I might forget. But like, you know, every month I'll go back and just run, take a look. Okay, nothing's at risk. I'm good, man. No one can get on your hardware wallet, right?
So Fat Cat, you said go to Etherscan, and there's and then put in my address.
Yeah, here, I'll go do it right now too. So yeah, you go to Etherscan, and then
I put the link in chat.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Then go to the More tab, and then go down to token approvals, and then like it says connect to Web3 with a red dot. Just click on that, and it will say, please take note that this is a beta version, whatever. Click OK. Go to MetaMask, connect, pick whatever wallet you want. It will hook up, and it'll tell you just connect one of those, so I can tell you what I see exactly. But yeah, it's if I check my Icosa wallet under the ERC20 tab, it says showing 0 of 0 entries. So that means there's no approvals. It says no approved contracts found on this address. ERC 720, no approved. ERC 1155, no approved. So that just, to me, is like, okay, you're clean. No one has approval to that wallet. I'm good. And then I just disconnect, and that's it.
Does anyone have an opposing opinion?
I mean, I'm not gonna be a cheap bastard, like safety first,
It just not knowing, just wanted to know, like, I guess I was the only one not revoking permissions on my hardware wallets. So now
yeah. Not you don't I didn't know until I heard Walrus, and like I was like, oh, should I? And I looked at it and I was like, I had like money at risk, NFTs at risk. I was like, oh, okay, let's sort this out. But like the only reason I think you would not is just to save that little bit of money, because you'll have to do an approval again in the future if you're going to make like a swap or whatever using Uniswap. But I can't think of the Icosa staking stuff. What I experienced when I did that, but yeah, it's really just saying like, do you want to allow that entity the ability to access your wallet? To me, that's what it says. I'm no superstar pro, but I have been in this space for a while. And I've been using hardware wallets for a while.
Well, that's my fucking thing is I don't fucking know what I you know, that's why I'm very careful about what dApps I use with my main wallets.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, for example,
if you give access to those dApps and you're using a hardware wallet account, they can't clean your funds out without you authorizing it via your hardware wallet. Am I mistaken? And is that your guys' understanding of how that works?
Well, but I don't know because you would have already given them approval. Like it's like you have to approve it, right? But like you've already approved unlimited transaction. Like
what if you did $1,000? Could they do multiple $1,000 transactions, or is it only for that one 1,000? Probably depends on what you signed.
I would guess it's only 1,000. When you say unlimited, I think the unlimited approvals is a big difference. Like I think unlimited is I never do unlimited for anything. Like if I'm making a transaction, it's for that one transaction.
Yeah, no, I hear what you say, but so for something like 1inch.io, for example, if I've given it unlimited access to all of my hex, for argument's sake, it can't. This is what I'm speculating. I'm asking for confirmation, really. It's my understanding that it won't be able to clean the hex out of my account if it's a hardware linked account, hardware wallet linked account. In other words, it can't start initiating transactions. Well, it can try to start initiating a transaction, a swap, next to some other token. But my hardware wallet will, like it does in MetaMask, it will always
yeah, but you can place bids on OpenSea, dude. You can place bids on OpenSea, and a transaction can happen without your ledger being plugged in.
I can't say that I know the 100% answer to that. When I sit back, I'm like, you've already approved transactions on it for unlimited. So that to me is like, that might mean you've already approved it. So you don't have to confirm it because you've already confirmed it. But then I also think about using my wallet and how you have to confirm on every transaction. So I don't know, man. I err to the side in this space, especially where it's supposed to be trustless, right? Like you don't want to be trusting anybody with your shit.
No, I totally understand. I mean, I'm just thinking though, in the case if it's just a standard MetaMask account, that's not a hardware wallet. Without, if you're not using MetaMask as a front end to your hardware wallet, I can understand if you're just using the standard accounts within MetaMask that it's possible that a dApp could go in and just go for it with your funds. But even that would require, I would think, some kind of authorization. Yeah, I'm a bit confused myself.
There's really good questions, and you like what you're saying about how if it's just a MetaMask account. Like even when you say that, I'm like, it might be more if it is just the MetaMask and not off the hardware. They're really good questions, and like I would just say, honestly, I'm not the guy by any means. I would go ask like Papa B. I'd try to find him in one of the chats and ask those questions if you're really concerned and you wanted to keep the approvals, just to confirm, because he'll know. Like he would be able to tell you.
Yeah, sure. No, thanks for that. Appreciate that. I'm going to ponder that a little bit more. And
they're good questions.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to be gained from being extra safe, not being extra safe, in other words, by revoking those approvals. Totally agree, but probably become a bit lazy over time, a bit sloppy in myself, and not revoking those.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, to me, it's like these are important assets and stuff, and you can't take it lightly. And for a couple dollars here and there to every one transaction you make, personally, I err on the side of caution. Man. I don't want anybody else taking my shit. Yeah.
Better safe than sorry.
So Maxim, are you a big Icosa man, or are you more a Hedron man? What's your take there? I really enjoyed your videos and stuff too. You put out a lot of great information. Man.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm both. I like both of them, and yeah, playing both games. Not going much more heavy one or the other. Want to keep my options open.
Yeah, thanks to both of you guys, Maxim and Fat Cat, for sharing that. Although Fat Cat, you did kind of give me a bit of an anxiety attack. Or no, that was Mike. That was Mike talking about the permissions. But no, thanks to both of you guys for bringing that up. Looks like we're getting some real good hex price action right now. Icosa 2.
Yeah, did you guys see that ETH bounce today? Holy shit!
Yeah, Hex is up 12%.
Yeah. I get the feeling we're not that far off this pulse chain stuff too. It's things are getting interesting. I'm trying to not get too excited, but it seems like things are improving a little bit.
Hey, Fat Cat, does that permissions thing that we were all just talking about, does that affect any of the pulse? That won't affect my pulse chain copies or whatever, right?
The thing is, if you have a bunch of permissions right now set up, right, where you Uniswap can have unlimited, as soon as they fork the network, those permissions are forked with it. So you're allowing, as you move over to the pulse chain, those same permissions will be available on the pulse chain, as far as I understand. And that's what motivated me to hurry up and get on cancel, because I had to go through revoking 10 of them before. If I go back 5-6 months ago, that's what I was doing, because I was thinking pulse chain was coming last year in what was it, May or March, where everybody thought it was going down. Prior to that, I was getting on top of that security. It's just security, right? That's all it is. Hardware wallets, permissions. I think I just didn't want anything to be going over on the fork. I'm sure you probably could, but I don't know. I just, for some reason, I was like, I want no one to have any access. I don't want anything being able to access anything to do with my pulse chain. It was just more safety, man. I don't want to trust anything in this space, right? It's trustless. It's supposed to be trustless. Just you and the code. You don't want other entities having the ability, you don't want to give any other entities the ability to make decisions on your behalf. That's how I see it. But
did you do the weight token?
I haven't, and I don't even know if I'm going to. I'm undecided on that one, actually.
Yeah, I hate to burst your bubble, but they're able to update their contract, and then in that update of the contract, when you go to Uniswap and then you import the coin, because you'll have to, they can have admin keys. So there really is no safe coin.
For what? For weight?
Any coin. Any coin can get a contract update, and then when you go to Uniswap, and then it forces it upon you.
So I'd say right now you're speaking on things that I don't even have a clue about, man. By all means, dive deeper and teach me. You know, it's great.
That summarizes War Dog perfectly. Him talking about a bunch of stuff that we have no clue about.
I had to jump away for a second. I knew it was getting heated. Somebody say something after I jumped away.
So War Dog, you're saying that even if you have no permissions, right?
Yeah.
And then what do you if you go to? Can you explain it again to me? I didn't quite grasp what you're.
Coin and it's not mine specifically, but I work with like devs and stuff. They can update the contract and the new contract and have admin keys. And when you go to Uniswap, it'll force you to update the current contract, and then they'll have admin keys. And there's also ways to rug liquidity even when it says it's locked.
Well, that's crazy. Then doesn't that make the entire system like fucky?
Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. There is no safe coin.
Yeah, that makes you vulnerable forever.
Yeah. Safe Moon's the only way.
So token approvals are Safe Moon?
I'm kidding. I'm trolling with Safe Moon.
Okay.
But no.
Okay. Yeah, you almost had me there. I was like, what?
No. It's just that it really comes down to you just gotta trust the person, to be honest. And I think that I believe in Alex, so I believe in his coins. I believe he's DeFi. I don't think he would do something that malicious. That's just kind of how it goes.
I'd be with you on that one, on Alex. Yeah, for sure. What do you think of weight token?
Well, Crypto Coffee said it was okay, even though now I am very enlightened on how it cannot be okay. But the thing is that it's building an ecosystem, and it looks like they're in it for the long run. So I think the weight coin is fine, just because it looks like they're in it for the long run. That's all I could say. That's all I can say. I mean, honestly, if you're worried about like admin keys and stuff at all, I would just not be involved with products like that. But other than that, yeah, pretty much any coin can turn around and fuck you.
What about that Communis or whatever it is?
Oh, definitely, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so did I.
There could what could get even worse about it is that like it doesn't necessarily have to be the coin. They can just update the DApp. These coders, they can be pretty sneaky.
Yeah, man, they're on a different level from where I'm at. That's for sure.
The way I kind of look at airdrops is like, unless the airdrop itself can be worth the same or more than what I think Pulse Chain or Pulse X will be worth to me, then why bother? I'm not chancing it.
For example, like you get a coin and then the Pulse Police comes and reviews it as we went through this process. Well, when the Pulse Police goes away, they go like, oh, let's fuck everyone now. Like, really, the process of auditing code is first of course they look through it line by line, make sure they're not fucking you right then and there. But really, it's about trusting the person, unfortunately, and his devs. Trust those two.
That's a horrible position for us to be in. You have just like destroyed me.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I know, but I believe in Alex and I believe in Richard. So
I'm with you on that, and I think there is a lot. Actually, there is a few. Yeah, there's a lot of really good people in this space for sure, and more are coming. Like the space is changing. Yeah, that's really interesting, man. It's pretty wild to think.
yeah, it's actually quite scary. I can't believe that our founders in like Shiba Inu, Pulse Inu.
What?
There's a coin called Pulsino. It's a promise coin. It's coming out for PulseX in them, and I can't believe there's founders in there. I feel like a lot, even some coders or devs haven't even woken up to this reality. The only reason why we have is because, well, we always think malicious thoughts. We don't intend on doing anything malicious, but I'm a dark empath, so I'm always looking for the way to fuck over people, but I don't do it. I have self-discipline. But yeah.
So other than Wait and Communis, is there any other free tokens out there that we've been handed that you know of?
No, particularly, but it wouldn't surprise me that there would be a free token out there that is specifically just there waiting for the Pulse chain launch to fucking fuck us. It seems like that would almost a statistical likelihood, really. Like, because I've thought about it many times. Someone else is probably thinking about it.
For sure. There's definitely going to be people thinking about that stuff. For sure.
Yeah. So, and one thing that I just trust Wakecoin because I think that it's in for the long run. But to be honest, the reality of it is when they presented the coin to us, they said that it has an admin key to update it, and then they're gonna stop that because of some technical issue. But if they were malicious, they would want to condition us to accept the reality that they have admin keys. They would want that.
That's valid, yeah.
I had a question about that vulnerability. Is it on the protocol level of Uniswap? Is it on the router level, or is it on every individual contract?
Every individual contract. Contracts, the founder can release an update on the contract, and then when you go to Uniswap, you'll have to re-import the coin, and then when you do that, they fuck you when you go to swap it. So like let's say you go into your wallet right now and you scan it for free tokens. There's probably a token in there called I can't remember the name of it. It's like hexfreewin.com, and it has like a weird token. If you import that into your wallet, then you accept the contract in your wallet, and with doing so, it will proc your MetaMask wallet to give permissions. Some of those permissions could be very dangerous, but depending on how advanced of the code, once you accept the contract, you accept the contract. Crypto is the same thing of what vampire have you accepted into your wallet. And then if you accept a really good vampire right then and there, and you're like, okay, there's no code, you did all the back end and you checked it all out. Then when you go to Uniswap and they update the contract and they fuck you. That's the other way they do it.
So with the new attack vector that individual contracts tokens can update.
Not really necessarily a new. That is not a new attack vector. It's a classic actually. It's just that they simply update the contract. I mean, remember there was something. Didn't Richard say that he altered Hex recently? I thought it was immutable.
Yeah,
that's news. That's news. I didn't know. I thought the Hex contract was immutable with no admin keys.
Yeah,
what did I miss?
I thought there was a tweet that he said that he had altered it. There was like a tweet, and people were talking about like the yield and it being altered. What you missed is that I mean I do a coin, and I have a dev team, and we have been talking about this one guy who's been basically dumping on our asses, and we're not malicious, but we think about all the ways we could fuck them over. But we can issue a new contract on the coin, and then when they go to Uniswap, they have to accept the new contract, and that's when we can fuck them. They'll just go to the Uniswap and they'll accept the new contract, thinking that
So does that mean if Richard has made changes to an immutable smart contract with no admin keys, if I've interacted with Uniswap and Hex in the last few days, I would have been asked to re-import the contract?
Not necessarily. I'm not a dev. I'm not a dev wizard, but for for a coin that's going to be like super malicious, you probably would have to be asked to re-import the contract, because I imagine for them to be super malicious, you see what I mean? You would probably need to refresh the whole thing if they were being that devious. But I think that um, if I think he tweeted about it. I think Richard tweeted about it, and if I recall my memory banks, which means that coins can be altered, and if any, essentially no coin is safe. You have to just trust the person. I don't think Richard's going to do something like that. I don't think Alex is going to do something like that. But I do think that any one of these devs that aren't Richard and Alex or a few others are thinking about our pulse chain launch, thinking about how to screw us. At least one of them. You know, I mean, if all your tokens are all the free give outs, it would not surprise me if your wallet was compromised.
That's
So
a
I
huge
don't
deal.
think code with immutable, without an admin key can be altered, but what they can do is with the web interface, point you to something else. They can also fork the code. But I mean, you can't edit an uneditable program.
That's my understanding as well. Because if Woodog, if what you're saying is true, and I've no reason to doubt you other than I'd need to look up the tweet. If what you're saying is correct, that's a huge deal, because one of the big draw cards of Hex is its immutability and the no admin keys element. So I'm very, very interested in knowing more about that, because otherwise it turns it all on this whole DeFi, no middleman thing right on its head.
Yeah, because so I'm not a coder, but I do work with devs, and we do not like how this one person has a fuckload of tokens. We're not going to do anything about it, but they have alerted me that they could just update the contract. Like, as in when you go to get like Maxim said, like point you to one direction. Now I don't know much about that, but I don't think that these immutable contracts are immutable, and I don't think that these locked liquidities are locked. I think there's roundabouts on both of them.
Hey, Wardog, would there be implications if users not directly interact with Uniswap, but go through 1inch and call those same updated contracts, or would that be a non-issue?
Yet to run into this reality yet, so that's we are in the realm of a few imaginary horribles. This is kind of like the, in my brain, would be the worst thing that could happen in DeFi, is that they could basically make it where you have to update the contract and then you're fucked. But you would do that willingly because you would accept the person. But I just don't think that's going to happen with Richard or Alex. And go ahead,
Yeah,
Max.
you can't update immutable code. I mean, for example, when Alex found out that the bonus was gone in the Icosa contract, there was nothing he could do about it. And that's the way it works. You can do other methods to, like I said, he could change something in the Icosa webpage in the front end that would scam people. Anyone can, any front end could be edited. That's not immutable. But the code itself, once it's locked, if it really is immutable code, it really is immutable. And that is one of the beauties of this is we get to trust that the code's going to do what the code says. You can't write a code that can't be edited and then decide you want to edit it without forking it. I think that's fact. I would.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, Maxim, that's consistent with my understanding as well. I think, I appreciate everything you're saying, Wardog, but until proven otherwise, I'm more aligned with what Maxim's saying.
I know. I just said that it was potentially imaginary horribles, but our plan to fuck over this person we didn't particularly like in our coin was to re-release the coin, and then somehow they would have to use the new coin, and therefore they would have to update the contract. So it would be the same coin.
Right.
Yeah. Like
You can do stuff like that. Like exactly. That's the
Yeah.
kind of stuff you can do.
That's what
You
I
can
was
draw
like, I was
interest.
getting at.
You can fork it, but it's a little bit different than editing that original uneditable thing. And there is still trust. Like if someone's not able to read code, they have to trust someone else. When they say that the code's not editable, they have to trust the third party audit or whatever, whoever that authority is that they go to. But you're right. Like there unfortunately still is trust. And in order, like I said, to access the majority of tokens, there's some kind of front end. And that front end there's is often not decentralized. It's not immutable code. And I mean, that happens all the time where front ends get hacked or someone, of course, they have a similar web address and it points to something different. There's lots of creative ways that people can scam you. Like if Alex, there is trust in Alex. If he got up tomorrow and decided to change the front end to point to something else, so when you click that button, it's not doing what it used to do. It's not interacting with that immutable code. It's interacting with something else. Then you would be scammed. And but the cool thing about that, of course, is the web pages are code, and for the most part, you could look up and see what that link, when you click that button, what is it pointing to? Is it pointing to that same contract that it used to point to? You could get obsessive about it, but there are ways that things can be more verified.
I like it's the cool thing. That's like a 1%er behavior.
Because there's actually an interesting piece of Hedron history that's kind of relevant to what you're saying, and that Alex did deploy the Hedron contract, and then not a bug was found, but like a gas optimization thing was found later by a community member. So he redeployed the same contract with those edits. So there is like actually
there
a
you go.
Yeah, Okay.
Exactly. You're right on it. That's what. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like once something's deployed, that code can't be changed, but you can redeploy the same thing if you want, which is kind of like forking, is what Maxim was saying. And so if you like did it where it's like all the same tickers and stuff, like that's a way like you could probably like fuck with somebody. But I don't think like once something's deployed, it can be changed. That's my understanding.
But that's kind of semantics in a way, because if you redeploy with the same name, that's a change. That you're writing over the same
yeah.
Well, it's a different contract, but it's got the same ticker. So that's just like me changing a Word file and saving it with the same name. That's a change.
Pretty much.
I think what you're saying, Crypto Sloth, is a good nuance between what we're both talking to. I think that is kind of a potential middle ground of, I guess, a way that someone could effectively edit things that may be more similar to what you're saying, War Dog.
Yeah. It's the way I should have communicated it, like I said in my dub. But we were talking about imaginary horribles, of course. And like I said, we just trust the guy.
I'm not sure about what the not fungibility, but the mutability of like tickers is. Actually, I'm not aware of what that is. Just as a full disclosure.
The redeployment in that sense, with the same ticker, etc., what does that do to the old ticker? Does it even have any remnants? Because my understanding is every smart contract has its own contract address. And when you redeploy, you would create a new contract address. So the old contract address would still exist. That's the first point. Second point is if once you've done the second redeployment, any then subsequent interactions with the front end, unless the front end's changed as well, pointing to the new contract, which we don't really know, and it's not that necessarily easy to decipher front ends, because depending what frameworks use in the front end development, a lot of the front end code can become quite obscure, and very difficult to reverse engineer. So this is blowing my mind a little bit, this conversation. So I'm a little bit perplexed by it all.
But I can solve the problem too for you real quick if you'd like to know.
Yeah, go on.
If there's a free coin you claimed in your wallet and you're a little worried about it, if you think that they might do something like that, just hide the token. Just hide the token out of your wallet, because I have like 30 scam tokens in my wallet. As long as it's hidden, and then when they release the new contract update, as long as you don't interact with it, then you don't get fucked. So like let's say wait's a scam, and I decided to hide a contract on my thing, and then a few weeks later I find out everybody's getting their wallets drained because they have wait. But see, I already hidden my wait token. It can't interact with my wallet unless it claimed admin keys beforehand. But then I would know. I would skip over I would find out everyone's getting fucked by the wait wallet. It's hidden in my coin. I'm not interacting with the contract. I'm good because there's scam tokens in my wallet right now as we speak.
I'm not so concerned about the scam tokens. I'm more concerned about the tokens that we trust and have become accustomed to loving and placing our faith in, being so easily redeployed, without me getting some kind of indication through my interactions, other than, for example, go.hex.com, which is the main interface for Hex. But there are, as we all know, community developed front ends for it, for the Hex contract. So in terms of Hex, I'm just trying to quantify the extent of that risk for the ones that we've all become accustomed to and have trust and faith in. It would be harder, I think, for those contracts to be redeployed, even though their front end has been changed to point to the new contract. The other community developed front ends would not play nicely in that sense, and there will be some kind of alert and the community go up in arms, and we would all be it would all be brought to our collective attention rather quickly.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts and comments on that?
Absolutely, it would be brought to our collective attention very quickly, but it really depends on the way that they do it. I mean, like we could all fall in the same trap within like 4 or 5 hours potentially. I just don't know what trap that would be.
Okay, so this is that Richard's changed some of the inflation or something in the existing contract. That doesn't seem feasible if it's truly immutable, the one that hasn't been redeployed.
Yeah,
the functions is the function that points towards the isolated contract, like the spending, all the different actions you can do with the contract. That's can be changed now with those proxy contracts that can be released.
Yeah, I don't follow that part. Proxy contracts, I think we're talking about the one main Hex contract, for example, with a front end. Unless the front end's pointing to, like Maxim suggested, a completely different contract, which could happen and is very hard to identify based on the way in which the front end has been developed. And with other community-based front ends to the Hex smart contract, I just think that's very, very improbable that anyone's going to really get that's really much of a threat at all.
I might be wrong, but I think he tweeted about it. It serves my memory bank that there was some type of edit, and that's kind of what led to the severe like fudding of Hex that one day that it went down to like 0.017. There was some type of tweet about it. I don't think he would have deleted it. So I mean, but you know how much he tweets. I might scroll through and find out later.
Yeah, I might as well. If you find anything, I'd really appreciate it if you could report back.
Yeah, my memory banks are really good though. I've never had falsified memories in my brain, besides maybe like a few times. Even when I see things that people would consider delusions, I'm a realist. I just stick to it. If my brain is thinking that I remember a tweet about it, I probably remember a tweet about it. But I'll go look.
For sure. I've got no. I just It's so. I'm not doubting your memory or your character in any way, shape or form, because you're certainly very much not like a Python guy.
Reassurance.
Yeah, I'm just a little bit rattled by this, and like sometimes my worldview may need to be my worldview may need to be updated in light of this conversation. And sometimes when you've got a model of understanding, it's hard to get, especially when you're old like me. It's hard to have your model, have to be adjusted rather brutally. And if I have to do that, then I will. But my initial response is resistance. But that's my problem, not anyone else's.
Oh, I think it was something to do with the yield. No, my brain is. But I'm gonna scroll through. He tweets so damn much that you know how that is.
For sure, man. Thank you.
Actually, could easily be solved. The guy could go back and look at the date and when Hex was really getting fudded, and then go back to that date and scroll through around there. So this might not be as hard as I think. I am enjoying this Hedron pump. I can't wait to see us back at like 18 cents or even 30 cents.
I want to see 30-cent Hedron.
Definitely.
Yes. Yeah, Executioner was in the chat earlier explaining a little bit about the state of the liquidity on Hedron, Hex, and Icosa. If you guys want to go to the Dev Thought YouTube channel to rewatch that, he was giving us some good insight on today's liquidity. I think Siggy posted it earlier in the chat, like an hour ago or something. The yield party, even though it wasn't a yield party technically, was pretty nice.
I do know that this update was somewhere last month before the 3rd, probably bleeding in through a little bit of other months. So now I got to go through Richard's teenage diary. We're getting hacked as we speak right now. Siggy is ending us in the code.
Get out of my MetaMask! Get out of Mike's MetaMask.